So 250 years ago, right now, the revolution was well underway. The American Revolution had been started. The Continental Congress was meeting in this building, Independence Hall. And one thing I've been doing every day is just checking letters that the Founding Fathers wrote back and forth to each other. So I figured I'd check today and see if I find anything interesting and share it with you. I've got my laptop right here. So I'm gonna be looking down and checking for letters. Okay, today is we're doing the letters from July 1st, which was technically yesterday. But yesterday there were, 5 documents. Let's look at them. Today, to George Washington from the Massachusetts General Court, proposed resolution by Congress, July ? We'll click into that, but I'm not sure. Also July to August. Okay. It seems like there are only 3 letters that are actually letters dated to July 1st. So let's see. To John Adams from Moses Gill. To George Washington from Major General Philip Schuyler. To George Washington from Henry Ward. Okay, let's look at the first 2 just to evaluate what they are. Okay, the first one, let's click into it. To George Washington from the Massachusetts General Court. Yeah, this is not really from July 1st. It's a court. Let's see, let's skim it. The intelligence constantly conveyed by General Gage, while the operations pursued by some bad men in the province of New Hampshire, who are continually go under the excellency from thence Scarborough, man of war now laying in the harbor. We beg leave to recommend this matter worthy your excellency's attention. Okay, so some sort of question about the war and this ship in the harbor and where to cut off contact. But I'm not going to go too deep. Let's check this next one. Proposed, there we go. Proposed resolution by Congress in July. Why is it in this July 1st then? This resolution, as Paul Smith pointed out, is impossible to date, but may reasonably, if conjecturally, be ascribed to July 1775. Okay, so it's just, they don't know when it was published, but it may have been published in July. I'll just skim through it. It's about Canada and Louisiana. Yeah. Okay, we may come back to this another time. Okay, let's start with the actual 2 letters today. First, to John Adams from Moses Gill. From Moses Gill, Spencer, July 1st, 1775. Don't know where Spencer is, but okay. Dear Sir, I am now accompanying General Washington and Lee from Springfield to the camp, having been appointed to Congress with Dr. Church to proceed to Springfield and accompany them to the camp aforesaid. We meet them at Spring, lodged last night at Brookfield, and are now under the escort of the troops of horse, which is to continue till we arrive at Worcester, or Worcester, where we are to be received by another troop, which is to escort us to Marlborough, where we are to be received by another troop of horse, which is to land the general at the camp. But now, no powder used. I received your kind letters, but have had no opportunity to answer them till now. Being from home, I must omit it till next opportunity, as I have neither pen, ink, nor paper here. I heartily sympathize with you and our good friend at Philadelphia in the loss of dear Dr. Warren. However, God is wise and holy in all he's done by us or ours. My best respects to Mr. Hancock, Cushing, Adams, and Payne. And accept the same from your sincere friend and humble servant, Moses Gill. So it says, the bottom edge of the sheet has been trimmed, cutting off part of the address, but none of the text. So, okay. Next, let's read to George Washington from Major General Philip Schuyler, 1st of July, 1775. New York. Sir, I do myself the honor to advise Your Excellency that the Connecticut troops that arrived in this colony under the command of Brigadier Wooster are encamped within 2 miles of this town. I have not yet had a return of their numbers. As soon as my order for that purpose is complied with, I shall transmit it. Enclose you, sir, a copy of the resolutions of the Hono, maybe the honor, with the Continental Congress of the 27th ultimate. I'm not sure. I shall prepare with all possible dispatch to carry into execution their views and propose leaving this for Albany in my way to Ticonderoga on Monday next. 8 transports with troops that have been at Sandy Hook since Thursday last are to sail from thence today. Reports prevail that the men on board have mutinied, that they refuse to go to Boston. Of this, however, I have not been able to get any certainty. Handbills have been introduced amongst them to encourage them to quit on the first favorable opportunity, a service which must render them odious to all honest men. Governor Tyrone's conduct has hitherto been unexceptionable, and from the information I have been able to procure, some of which I put great confidence in, I have reason to believe that the line he has chalked out for himself is such as we would wish he should hold. I believe the commissions for this department were already forwarded to you before my letter, in obedience to your order, to the Congress on that subject arrived. If they are to be sent back, I beg of you to order them to be directed to the President of the Provincial Convention here. No preparation has as yet been made to occupy a post in the Highlands. By what I can learn, the Provincial Convention have doubts about the propriety which they have or mean to state to Congress, arising from the want of ammunition, to maintain the post after it shall be completed. A ship from London, in 5 weeks, advises that the remonstrance sent by the Assembly of this colony to the House of Commons has been rejected by them as containing sentiments derogatory to the rights of Parliament. This, moreover, has already had salutary effects. Many whose sentiments are friendly to America, but who differed as to the mode of procuring redress, now publicly declare that they will no longer sit idle spectators of their country's wrongs. That success and happiness equal to the merit and virtue of my general may crown all his operations is the wish of every honest American, by none more sincerely than me. I am Your Excellency's most obedient and most humble servant, Philip Schuyler. Okay, footnote number 1. Philip Schuyler informed the Continental Congress on 28th of June that Wooster's force, quote, arrived within 2 miles of this town about 8 this morning and got sheltered in barns and outhouses. As soon as the weather, which is at present wet and stormy, will permit, I propose to encamp them on the south side of Sand Hill, which is nearly 2 miles from hence. Between 24th and 27th June, 7 British transport ships carrying reinforcements arrived off Sandy Hook, New Jersey, from Cork, Ireland, and anchored there to take on fresh water. They were joined on 27th June by another transport loaded with some troops from the New York garrison. 2 more transports, apparently from Cork, reached Sandy Hook on 30th June, and that same day all 10 transports sailed for Boston under escort of a British warship. Governor Tryon, Governor Tryon, I have reason to believe, will not create any trouble in his government, Schuyler wrote to Congress on 28th of June. Quote, it is said that he laments and is sincere that the unhappy controversy has been carried so far and that he wishes a happy termination of it on principles friendly to both, end quote. Schuyler lodged directly across Broadway from the house in which William Tryon was staying. According to Loyalist historian Thomas Jones, Schuyler attempted to call on the governor and to congratulate him on his return to the colony, but Tryon refused to see him because he came in his uniform and presented himself as General Schuyler, a rank the governor could not recognize. In the letter, number 5, in the letter of 28th of June to Congress, Schuyler wrote, General Washington, before we parted, desired me to inform your honors that he thought it most advisable that the commissions for the officers in the New York department should be directly sent to me to be filled up. George Washington could spare no blank commissions from those that Hancock forwarded him, and Congress did not send any to Schuyler until September. All right, let's read this last one, footnote number 7. On the 25th of March, 1775, the New York General Assembly sent addresses to the King, the House of Lords, and the House of Commons protesting the infringement of colonial rights, but reaffirming its loyalty and expressing hopes for reconciliation. Edmund Burke, a member of Parliament, an agent for New York, read the remonstrance to the House of Commons, the boldest of the 3 addresses to that body on the 15th of May, 1775. He then moved for leave to bring it up to the table, and the question being put to the Speaker, that this remonstrance be now brought up, Lord North paved the way for getting rid of the main question by moving an amendment, that the words, quote, which is derogatory to the supreme authority of the British Parliament, end quote, be added. Upon which a short debate ensued, the House divided for the amendment, 186 against it, 67. Of course, the main question was lost, end quote. Okay, let's look at the last letter for today. To General Washington from Henry Ward. Providence, 1st of July, 1775. Transmits by order of the Rhode Island General Assembly, quote, the enclosed vote putting the Rhode Island Army under your command, end quote. Short but sweet. Henry Ward served as Provincial Secretary of Rhode Island from 1761 to 1797. This letter apparently was sent under cover of one from Ward to Brigadier General Nathaniel Greene, commander of the Rhode Island forces. Greene received his letter on 4th of July and probably forwarded George Washington's letter to him that same day. The transfer of the Rhode Island command to George Washington, Greene wrote to Deputy Governor Nicholas Cook on 4th of July, quote, is perfectly agreeable and I shall conduct myself accordingly, end quote. The copy of the Rhode Island General Assembly's resolution of 28th June that was enclosed in Ward's letter to George Washington is in DLC George Washington. Okay, so those are the letters from the 1st of July, 1775. If you enjoyed that, please give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.